Hello, I am Mac, at least for a day, and everything is going to be okay. This is the Waking Titan 1.5 report. A lot of stuff has just developed, so let's get right to it. In the last episode, I talked about how Emily posted on Reddit again, and she said, if I hate someone because I am afraid of him, and I am aware of my hate, but not of my fear, you might say my hatred is conscious and my fear is unconscious. People let me know, and I found out elsewhere that that is a quote from the book Beyond the Chains of Illusion, My Encounter with Marx and Freud. So I think it's a non-fiction book that's talking, about psychology and such. But I also mentioned that the audio file where Emily said that had some beeping in it, and people were correct. It was Morse code, and it translates to this: I awoke from a nightmare, screams of anger engulfed in flame, and 10,000 branching futures. And it goes on to say, I saw Sacramento, 12 dreaming without sleep, buried in a constellation. So a lot of people were speculating what that could possibly mean. It's all rather ominous, the whole engulfed in flames and branching futures. And, Sacramento, which has been pointed out before, which some people think is a clue that No Man's Sky is going to be at E3, since Sacramento's in California, E3 is in LA in California. But we still don't know for sure what any of that means. But okay, so that was all from yesterday. And then today at about 2:30 p.m. Central Time, the status command on wakingtitan.com updated again. When you type in status, it now says node network initialized. And that is referring to the uplink app, of course. And another new Reddit post, this time by Project Satcom70, not Emily, is a different Reddit user. And Satcom70 has posted on Reddit before, I think back when the satellite uplink first showed up or something like that. And it gave us a picture of a manual, a Myriad operating system manual and help guide. And it is basically instructions on how to use the new Uplink app program. If you go to the Uplink app, and I'll put a link in a pinned comment as usual for it. If you go to that app, okay, so the help guide says commands used to parse node network, node, number sign, number sign, number sign, number sign. So it's 4-digit node code numbers, and then it says displays status of node number, or of that node number. If applicable, also displays attached files and or adjacent nodes. And then the next command you can use is node and then the number D or slash or dash D. So node number dash D, and that is the and then a decryption key in parentheses. And it says that this attempts to decrypt encrypted node number with decryption key. Note, decryption key must be lowercase letters and numbers only. Then the next command you can use is node with the number -v and then file underscore name in parentheses. Attempts to output the contents of a file called file underscore name at node number. And then it says all external traffic should be routed through the root node. Diagnose connection problems through node root. Important note, node network parsing commands will not work if a space is included. I will also put in the link, in the pinned comment, a link to that Reddit post so you can read these instructions again yourself. So basically, if you go to the Myriad uplink app and you type in node and then the word root in parentheses, it will give you some of the 4-digit code numbers for different nodes, and you can type node and then that one of those numbers in parentheses to display what nodes it's connected to, and so on and so forth. So I guess there's also decryption keys, and those allow us to unlock files from these different nodes. It's kind of a number game. People are trying to make a map of all the different connected nodes, and that might help us find the encrypted ones that we can get files from and such. Sorry. A lot of people have already unlocked some of the nodes, and basically they give us numbers that are links to paste bins or other links to different various things. Like one person found one node gave a warped picture of Tethys. Tethys is a Greek titan, and we've had other references to Greek titans. Another node is a code for the word Messier, which I'm not sure if that's a person's name or if that's a word in another language or what. But basically all of these different interconnected nodes give us different files or links to different things on the internet that I guess are clues to whatever puzzle we're trying to solve. Okay, and then next we've got all that stuff going on. And also on that Reddit post, Emily commented read mem block and then an asterisk in parentheses. And satcom.70 replied to Emily saying, error, no cached memblock. So it's kind of funny that the different NPCs in the ARG are talking to each other. Emily commented on Satcom70's Reddit post, and Satcom70 replied back to her, but they're kind of talking to each other like with computer codes. So, of course, Emily is supposedly an AI, and I guess maybe Satcom70 is too, because he answered back to her with, like, computer commands. Next, we found a new command on wakingtotten.com. The new command is, who is Harry? And no, it does not come back and say you are a wizard. Typing in who is Harry gives us a new PDF file. Like most PDF files in Waking Titan, this has a YouTube link on it, which leads to this YouTube video of the song Where Is My Mind by Pixies, which was a 80s rock band, and possibly 90s as well. I know this video itself is from 1988. But let's see, also in the PDF, okay, so the PDF file starts with a letter as usual, and it says, from Ethan Rose to Major Sophie Dubois, subject Captain Harry. And it says, it has come to my attention that one of your direct subordinates, Captain James Harry, has been obstructing access to critical Myriad infrastructure. Technicians have repeatedly emailed Captain Harry to request access to... I couldn't read the word, it was too fuzzy on the picture someone sent to me of the PDF file. So, Captain Harry to request access to something of the satellite network, which was locked down following protocol, and then this part was actually blacked out, but it was probably protocol 16. The network that was locked down when Emily, Loop 16, was created and she took over everything. Some of these requests have been ignored, but more frequently, Captain Harry will respond with increasingly obtuse and frustrating puzzles and challenges, ostensibly in the name of security. Just to give you an example, I had to read the complete works of In Wang Shi to figure out access to our blank system last week. More recently, Myriad technicians had to wait for the Atlas Citizen Science Division to deduce the uplink calibration key. That's one of the puzzles we most recently solved. The fact that Myriad technicians had to rely on the CSD to begin initialization process is completely unacceptable. Luckily, they were able to decrypt the calibration key, but we can't rely on them to work around Captain Harry's unending stream of blank. That part was redacted, possibly because it was profanity. And then it goes on to say, Major Dubois, if I can be frank with you, I am having a hard time preventing my technicians from physically assaulting your captain. They are understandably frazzled due to the current state of affairs, and Captain Harry's methods of communication, if you can call it that, are doing little to ease the tension. I'm sending you this note to ask you to personally and privately to please deal with Captain Harry. This is a serious drain on morale. Ethan Rose, Human Resources, Myriad. So I guess this is basically the ARG's way of explaining why we've been having such difficult puzzles lately. I remarked about this in a previous video where I said that the puzzles have gotten so hard that even when someone explains the solutions to me, I still don't understand how they were solved. So I guess this is them kind of explaining why the puzzles have been so difficult, because this Captain Harry is obstructing things to create tighter security or whatever. But we'll see if this develops into something more than that. But there's like 3 or 4 more pages of the PDF file that have a lot of like puzzles and codes on them, I guess, that are like examples of Captain Harry's obstruction of, making things difficult to decode. And like I said, you can access this PDF file by typing "Who is Harry" on the wakingtitan.com website. I'll put all that info in the pinned comment as well. I will read you one of the examples of another one of the, I guess they're puzzles on the PDF file. One part says, file number granted blank for blank blank 6. Comments. Hey Bernard, here's the file number you requested. I changed the sequence you need to use this on for security reasons. I'm sure you understand. So that's basically Captain Harry explaining why he made this so difficult. And then there's a series of dots which turned out to be Braille, and it was Braille for 67146, which you have to flip in reverse because of the way the numbers above have blanks. So it's actually 64176. That would fit with the other numbers that it gave. So yeah, that's examples of some different little puzzles. I don't know if those are going to be useful or if those are just examples of Ethan Rose's complaints that he's trying to show. I think that's about it for now. So people are trying to, like I said, make maps of the different nodes you can get to on the Uplink app, and they're discovering different stuff. Oh, Kyle Culver just uploaded a video. It seems he's still active in all this, even though he hasn't been doing videos lately. But he discovered he was able to decrypt one of the nodes and get a link from it, and the link he found led to a web page that gave information about something called Sky's the Limit, which was an episode of the History Channel series called After People. And in that episode, it talks about a Cassini satellite. Cassini was a NASA mission to get data on ringed planets. So the Cassini satellite was rotating around Saturn, and it talked about how there is bacteria living inside the satellite. So even though the satellite is out in deep space, it's still possible for some really hardy bacteria to survive inside of these satellites, believe it or not. So the History Channel episode was saying what might happen if this satellite, were to crash land somewhere and the bacteria got out and it basically seeded life on another planet or something, I guess. So that's just another example how these nodes on the Uplink app are leading to all these different clues and bits of information that I guess is supposed to lead us somewhere at some point, but I don't know what we're supposed to be solving right now. There isn't like somewhere we can type in a password or anything like that, unless we just need to figure out an answer and put it on one of the Reddit posts by Emily or Satcom70. But anyway, we've got this new app game to explore and find these different files from the different nodes and all of that. So stuff is developing. I'm not sure where it's going exactly, but it's kind of cool. And of course, we've got the possibility of something happening at E3 on Sunday. So stuff's definitely kicking off for the weekend. And of course, Emily's little prophecy that I read at the beginning is very ominous, that something bad is going to come from Sacramento. And of course, Sacramento is supposedly where the Ware laboratory is that has been sending bad data to Emily and like messing her up and all of that. So we've got Ware doing something still, and I'm guessing we're gonna have to try to stop them at some point. Not sure how we're gonna do that, but we will find out as the weekend continues. So that is my second Waking Titan report for this weekend, and I'm sure I'll be reporting again tomorrow. So I have been Mac. Thank you for joining me for a day, and remember, everything is going to be okay.